Alright, I'm trying to get ready for the track, so I figured I would make a little video on chain maintenance, how I do it. So what I've been using for years, this is probably really old stuff, but it's Motor X. I got it from a local motorcycle shop. Chain degreaser. I use that on, I think they call it the grunge brush. So what I end up doing to try and not make as big of a mess is I'll just spray the chain degreaser. I'll just kind of spray it, on the actual the brushes there. Then I'll just kind of hold it on top, spin the tire, hold it on the bottom, spin the tire, do a couple revolutions, and then use a rag, a kid onesie if it's old and they've outgrown it, to clean the chain up. I did 3 coats of, or like 3 different times on it this time. You can also clean the sprocket as well, to try and keep resistance to a minimum there as well. I probably should do the front, but I'm too lazy to do the front. And then if I'm riding down the street, in the Brock's video, he recommended this Allison Advanced Chain Lube if you're riding down the street. I also got this cool thing. It's called the Grease Ninja. You put it on there, and then it rides in your chain, and it has 2 little holes, if you can see there, that shoots the chain lube out right into the O-ring area of a chain. And this chain, if you see in one of the other videos, I don't even remember what chain it is. I think it's an EK. I can post a link in the bottom of what chain this actually is. But I believe it's 170 link for drag racing, and then 520, and then I pulled all the O-rings out by hand. I used a pick and vice grips. I was talking to a buddy, he did it too, and he ended up taking just a cheap Harbor Freight Neil nose, and ground it down really thin so he could get in there and just kind of pull the O-rings out. And then what I ended up doing for the track, based on the guy who built my head originally, he said he just uses oil on a toothbrush. So I just picked up some cheap Walmart 020, the thinnest oil. I wasn't going to pay for the 08 Allison oil like Brock's uses. Just way too cheap for that nonsense. But I picked up some cheap full synthetic 0W20 at Walmart, and then I just used a toothbrush to kind of put it on the chain, and then wiped off the excess with the rag, of course. So this is a 520 O-ring chain with the O-rings removed, freshly cleaned and freshly lubed. It's got some Dimag carbon fiber wheels on it with just the standard bearings, but I mean, you give it a spin. I mean, that wasn't a super hard spin, and it spins pretty good. I wish I would have taken a video before I cleaned the chain, but I mean, you give it a decent tug, and it spins pretty good. So if anybody's looking for some cheap tricks to go fast, the O-ring, I got some heat for it. I was gonna pick up one of the 520 3D chains I found for a steal on Moto Mummy's website. So I was gonna try and sell this, post it on Cycle Bike, and people just gave me the how-to on how retarded it was to pull the O-rings. I've been running it for a while now, and I've had no problems. First time to the track with it will be hopefully this weekend if the weather holds out. But I've had no issues. I've ridden it on the street, a handful of times, done some pulls, and overall, I didn't get that with my Regina drag chain, even when I was tried to clean. So again, remove the O-rings. I did the whole cooking it in the 020 synthetic oil like Brock showed, to try and get all that thick oil out. If I can find pictures on my phone, I'll throw a little picture in here on what the oil looked like before and what it looked like after. I think I took a video of that. It might have been on the Regina chain that I did when I put that back to stock wheelbase. But overall, that's kind of what I do for cleaning. I use the degreaser with the grunge brush, scrub it up real good, make sure it's really clean. Then I'll use that Allison chain lube, get on there too, and you'd want to do this if you can on a warm chain. It helps keep it clean, helps the lube kind of seep in there a little bit better. But again, if you're a drag racer, I've seen no issues with it. So again, yeah, hope it helps.